Small lady show, so the mic's down lower than it usually is. Hey guys. So I recently just lost a baking competition to a dead woman. True story. A friend of mine's grandmother just died, and she calls me up and she says, "Hey, would you mind baking something for the funeral?" And really, there's only one answer, which is yes, unless you're evil. And I go, "What do you want?" And she goes, "Cookies." And I'm like, "Oh great, what kind?" She's like, "Chocolate chip." I'm like, "Oh, I have a recipe." And she's like, "No, I have a recipe for you." So I bake her recipe and I bring it to the funeral. And then her dad starts talking about Grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies. And I'm like, oh no. And then her mom comes up and talks about Grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, she didn't. And then my friend gets up and she goes, "Diana has actually baked my Grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies and they are in the back for you to eat." Okay. So then I'm standing back while everyone goes, "Oh, these are great cookies, but they're not like Grandma." Of course they're not like Grandma. Everyone knows as you get older, your baking skills improve. It's like as soon as your kid has a kid, you're like instilled with the power of the killer elves. And when you die, your baked goods become folklore. It's like, "Oh, I once ate Grandma's apple crumble and I gained a strength of 10 men. Or blueberry pie makes you shoot gold out of your fingers." It's just grandmas and Girl Scouts on the top of Cookie Mountain. Speaking of Girl Scouts, actually, I'm at this weird point in my life where my friends don't have little kids living around, and I don't have any coworkers with daughters, so when they start selling the cookies, I just turn into like a creepy pedophile. I just start like roaming parking lots, being like, "Where's the girls? Where's the girls? Give me the girls. Give me the Girl Scout cookies. I just want to eat that cookie." I wonder if that girl doing the rope course on the Thin Mints box hates when Girl Scout cookie time come around, because she's like probably in her 30s now, and I'm sure like one coworker's like, "This you? Did you once believe that friendship can rule the world?" And I'm sure it's the same for the GPS lady. Like as soon as that comes out, someone's like, "Say turn left on Elm Street. Just say it. Sounds like my car." I'm at least smart enough to know that my life is so boring that I should probably lie at parties. So when people are like, "So what do you do?" I just go, "I'm a fried cheese taster. My tongue is perfectly designed to taste fried cheese and fried cheese byproducts. So the next time you eat a mozzarella stick, you think of me." I bet vampires are really boring to hang out with. Like they're probably just like, "Oh, I'm eternally damned. I hang out once with Da Vinci and Pablo Picasso. And, hey, can I suck your blood?" But werewolves are Todd from The Office, who you think is really stuck up, and then you go to a work function and you realize he has like a coke problem, and then like all of a sudden it's you and Todd on this adventure where you're like raping and pillaging a village, and Edward Cullen's back at the party feeling sad because he can't see his reflection in the coke mirror. That one's for me. I don't date, but I do date for dinner. Which, if you're not familiar with the concept, is accepting a date solely for the meal attached. And I signed up for Match.com to speed up the process and to not leave my house. And once I sign up, it's kind of fun. It's like shopping for meat. It's like the meat won't email you back. My brother is an international businessman. My dad is a Nobel Prize winning scientist, and my mom makes weapons for the government, and I'm a comic. Guess which one of us looks like the milkman? Follow-up question, why is my family getting milk delivered? It's not the 1800s. So I just want to end on a story about why I hate cats. I used to love our furry feline friend until my roommate, or ex-roommate, asked if she could bring a cat in, and I said sure. And along with this cat came this mat designed to shock the kitty if she ever tries to make a run for it. Unfortunately, that mat also convinced me I was dying of a stroke every time I stepped on it. So every time I came home, I just thought I was dying a death meant for an 87-year-old man. The cat peed all over my room, but the last straw was it went into heat. And if you have not heard a cat moan, it is like a living car alarm. It is loud, obnoxious, it doesn't protect anything, and you have no idea how to turn it off. So after a week of listening to it, I decided the only way I was going to get peace and quiet was to fuck it. True story. So I researched cat dildos on the internet to no avail. If anyone wants a corner on the market, invest in some kitty vibrators. And so, down to my last straw, I opted for a good old-fashioned carrot. A baby carrot. I wanted to fuck it, not impress it. So there I was, on my hands and knees, carrot in hand, very white on the stereo, keeping it classy. I'm approaching the cat, and my roommate walks in and goes, "What the hell are you doing?" To which I replied, "Oh, come on, she was asking for it." But the next day, the cat was gone. All it took was me attempting to rape it. Thank you very much, guys.